Picture the scene. It's like 10:00 a.m. on a Tuesday. You're in the middle of a Zoom call.
Or maybe you're just stirring sugar into your morning chai.
Right, exactly. You're just doing your thing, and your phone buzzes. You glance down, expecting, I don't know, a WhatsApp from a friend or maybe a Swiggy notification about lunch.
But instead it's a text from your bank.
Yeah, and it's not the usual money debited alert. It says, in very stern, terrifying letters, account blocked.
Oh, man. It's that instant drop in your stomach, isn't it? That cold flush.
It is.
Uh.
Or maybe it's a text from a courier service saying that package you've been waiting for, the one you really need for the weekend, is just suddenly on hold indefinitely.
And that physical reaction you're describing, that panic, that is actually the primary weapon in the arsenal of modern cybercrime.
Because it's not just about the code.
No, it isn't just about code. It's about psychology.
So today on the Deep Dive, we are unpacking that panic. We're looking at the two biggest vectors of digital fraud in India right now, phishing and smishing. And look, before you roll your eyes at the silly names...
I mean, they do sound ridiculous. Smishing sounds like something a cartoon cat would do.
It really does sound made up. But the reality is incredibly sophisticated. So we've pulled together this stack of reports, case studies from Indian cyber cells, and technical breakdowns of how these scams actually operate.
Right.
And our mission today isn't just to tell you to, be careful. We want to move you from being generally paranoid to being technically aware.
Yeah, we're going to dissect the anatomy of these scams, from the fake SBI alerts to those income tax refund traps.
Because we want you to be able to look at a URL and deconstruct it like a developer, so you never get caught off guard.
Exactly.
So let's lay out the landscape first. We have phishing and we have smishing. I think most people have a vague idea of the difference, but let's get technical for a second.
Sure. At a high level, it's really just about the delivery mechanism. Phishing is the classic email-based attack.
Right.
And in the Indian context, the data from our sources shows this is where the heavy hitters live. Bureaucracy.
So banks, the income tax department, that sort of thing.
Exactly. Banks, PAN, Aadhaar alerts, they use email because it feels formal. It feels like real paperwork.
Okay, whereas smishing, which is SMS phishing, is the text message or WhatsApp version of that.
Correct. And because it lives on your phone, smishing is much more lifestyle-oriented. It's about the things you do on the go.
Like courier services.
Courier services, KYC alerts, or the absolute classic, the UPI block notification.
But despite the different mediums, the engine is basically the same, isn't it?
The engine is identical. They're trying to steal credentials, OTPs, passwords, credit card numbers, or they want to induce a direct transfer.
And they do it by bypassing your logical brain?
Yes. They hijack your emotional brain.
The amygdala hijack.
Precisely. They create a scenario of such extreme urgency or threat that your critical thinking just shuts down. You stop checking valid domains and you start focusing entirely on fixing the problem.
Right. So let's get our hands dirty. I want to look at the anatomy of a phishing email first.
A good idea.
Because I think a lot of our listeners are tech savvy. They think, I'd never fall for a Nigerian prince scam. But we aren't talking about bad grammar and broken English anymore, are we?
Not at all. The days of dear beloved friend are mostly over. These new templates are pixel-perfect clones. Let's look at the fake SBI email from our source material.
Okay, so I'm looking at the subject line here. It says, urgent. Your SBI account will be suspended.
Notice the definitive language there. It doesn't say might be or security alert. It says will be suspended.
It implies the gavel has already dropped.
Exactly. And then you open it. The branding is perfect. The SBI logo is the exact right shade of blue.
Yeah, it says, dear customer, your account is temporarily blocked due to suspicious activity. And here is the kicker. Please verify your account within 24 hours to avoid permanent suspension.
And the timeline is the tell. Within 24 hours. Legitimate security protocols rarely have a ticking clock that leads to permanent suspension.
Right, they might freeze an account, sure.
But they don't threaten to delete you from existence if you don't click a link by midnight.
But let's say you're panicked. You hover over the Verify Now button. This is where the technical literacy comes in. In the example we have, the URL is spysecurelogin.likes.yz.
There are actually 3 red flags in that one string of text. First, the TLD, the top-level domain. It's .likes.yz.
Which is a cheap, generic domain extension.
Exactly. You can buy a .likes.yz domain for essentially pennies. A massive institution like the State Bank of India is going to use .co, .in, or .com.
They aren't running their security infrastructure on a bargain bin domain.
No, of course not. But they also use what I call keyword stuffing in the URL. They put secure and login right there in the address.
Ah, to trick the eye.
Right. We scan URLs, we don't actually read them. You see SPI, you see secure, and your brain just fills in the rest. But if you look at the structure, SPI is just part of the subdomain or the file name. It's not the root domain.
I see. So spi.co.in is the bank. spilogin.com could be literally anybody.
Exactly. And the ultimate reality check here, according to every banking regulation in India, is operational. Banks simply do not operate this way.
This is the golden rule we keep coming back to in the source material.
It is. Banks never ask for login credentials or OTPs via email links. They just don't.
They might send a statement.
They might send a marketing flyer for a home loan. But a click here to unlock your account email, that is 100% a scam, zero exceptions.
Okay, let's pivot to one that hits a totally different psychological trigger, the income tax refund scam. This one pops up reliably every March and July.
This one is devious because it flips the script. It's not fear, it's greed, or rather relief.
Yeah, the subject line reads, income tax refund pending-act now. And the content says, your refund of 18,450 rupees is on hold.
Stop right there. Look at the number.
18,450.
Right. Why didn't they say 20,000? Or 15,000?
Because it feels calculated.
It's specificity as a validity signal. If I tell you that you won 10,000 rupees, you think it's a lottery scam.
Yeah, it sounds fake.
But if I tell you your refund of 18,450 is ready, your brain thinks, the accountants have done the math. That must be the exact tax I overpaid.
It creates this instant authenticity. I'm thinking, well, I don't want to leave 18 grand on the table.
Exactly. But the trap is exactly the same. Submit bank details immediately to process the credit.
And I assume, just like the bank, the income tax department does not work this way.
Never. Think about how you file taxes. You link your bank account in the portal when you file. The refund is automatic.
It just appears in your account.
Right. They don't need you to re-enter your debit card number to receive money. That's just not how banking works.
You need a card to pay money, not to get it.
Precisely. And the domain check applies here too. If it's not incometax.gov.in, it is not the government.
Because .gov.in is a protected domain.
Yes, you and I can't buy it. Only the government can.
That's a really simple filter for you to use. If it's claiming to be official but ends in .com or .org or .net, it's fake.
99% of the time, yes.
Okay, I want to shift gears to smishing now. Because honestly, email phishing feels a bit desktop era to me. Smishing feels like the threat is right in my pocket.
It's definitely more intimate and it's more dangerous because of the form factor.
Right, on a desktop, I can hover over a link. I can see the full URL. On my phone, I just see a tiny blue snippet of text. And I'm usually doing 3 other things while I'm looking at it.
That distraction is exactly what they bank on. Plus, SMS and WhatsApp are designed for rapid-fire communication. We are culturally conditioned to read and react instantly.
It's so true. The most common one I see, and I actually got one of these last week, is the fake delivery scam.
The package on hold text. This is rampant right now because e-commerce is rampant.
The message pops up, DTDC, your parcel is on hold due to incomplete address. Update now. And there's a short link, usually a bit.ly or something similar.
Which hides the destination, so you can't even do the domain check we just talked about.
Exactly. Now, here's where it gets interesting. I clicked the link. Don't worry, I did it in a sandbox environment, and it took me to a page that looked exactly like a courier tracking page.
Yeah.
It asked for my address updates, and then it asked for a redelivery fee.
Let me guess. It was tiny. 5 rupees, 10 rupees.
Exactly, 5 rupees. And I remember thinking, if I was a normal user, I'd think, okay, 5 rupees is annoying, but it's not a scam. A scammer would ask for thousands.
And that is the microtransaction trap. It anchors your suspicion. You think, nobody risks jail time for 5 rupees, but to pay that 5 rupees, what do you have to do?
I have to enter my credit card details, number, expiry, CVV.
And the OTP?
Oh, right. Because I'm approving a transaction.
Here's what's actually happening in the background. On your screen, it says 5 rupees. But the data you just typed into that fake form is being relayed in real time to a scammer's computer.
Wow.
They are initiating a transaction for 50,000 rupees, or buying an iPhone, or moving money to a crypto wallet.
So when I get the OTP...
You might not even read the OTP message carefully. You see the code, you type it in thinking it's for 5 rupees, or more sophisticated scripts will actually intercept the OTP if you've downloaded a malicious app.
But usually they just rely on you not reading the bank SMS carefully.
Right, because you're focused on the courier interface.
So the 5 rupees is just the bait to get the keys to the vault.
Bingo. It's not about the money, it's about the data.
That is terrifyingly smart. It exploits our impatience. We just think, give me my package.
It casts a wide net. I mean, who isn't waiting for an Amazon or Myntra package these days?
So true.
Yeah.
Then there's the one that hits us where it hurts the most. UPI. The UPI blocked alert.
This is the nuclear option of smishing.
It'll say, SBI alert. Your UPI will be blocked today. Complete KYC immediately. And a link like upverify.live.
Think about the context here. In India, UPI is oxygen. You use it for the rickshaw, for the vegetable vendor, for your morning chai.
Yeah.
The threat of having that cut off today creates immediate visceral panic.
But the expert insight from the source material is crystal clear here. Banks do not block UPI via SMS links.
Never. KYC Know Your Customer is a formal, highly regulated process. It happens inside the official bank app, like Yono or iMobile, or you have to physically go to the branch with your Aadhaar card.
So if I get a text with a link to update KYC, it's a lie.
It is 100% a lie. No bank will ever send you a text message with a link to a third-party website to update sensitive data. If they need KYC, they will send a notification telling you to visit the branch or log into the app securely.
There is one more smishing variant I want to cover because it has a really nasty twist. It doesn't ask you to click a link. It asks you to make a call.
Ah.
The TRAI or SIM block scam.
Yes, the digital arrest precursor. This is a hybrid model. Smishing turning into vishing, which is voice phishing.
The message says, TRAI notice. Your mobile number will be deactivated today due to illegal activity. And it gives a mobile number to call.
This flips the script entirely. We've spent 10 minutes telling people don't click links. So when you see a phone number, your brain thinks, oh, this is safer. I'll just call and sort this out with a human.
But when you call, who are you actually talking to?
You aren't reaching a customer service rep. You are reaching a scammer who is often sitting in a makeshift call center. They might even be using sound effects to sound like a police station or a busy government office.
Oh, wow.
And they pretend to be a TRAI official or a police officer.
And they don't just say, pay a fine, do they?
Yeah.
They escalate the threat.
Right. They'll claim your number is linked to money laundering or harassment cases, or that a SIM card issued in your name was used for terrorism.
That is intense.
They use intense high-pressure tactics. They might even ask you to join a Skype or WhatsApp video call where they're wearing fake uniforms.
It just turns into pure extortion.
Exactly. To avoid arrest or to keep your number active, you have to transfer money to a verification account immediately. It's purely psychological warfare.
It's incredible how they exploit the specific context of the Indian market.
Well, that's the why behind all of this. Why does this work so well here?
Because we have a massive reliance on digital payments.
And we have a culture that respects and fears authority. Brands like SBI, the Income Tax Department, TRAI, the CBI, these carry immense weight. When that authority tells you to jump, you jump.
And we are trained to react to the buzz in our pocket.
We are. And the scammers are hacking that training. They're hacking the amygdala. Words like block, suspend, fine, refund expiry. These are trigger words. When you feel threatened, you act fast.
You don't stop to check if the URL has an S in HTTPS.
No. You just want the threat to go away.
So how do we fight back? We need a defense strategy. The source lists some golden rules, but I want to break them down into practical don'ts and do's for you.
Let's start with the don'ts.
The biggest one, never click links in SMS or emails.
Just make it a blanket rule. If it's from a bank or government body, treat the link as radioactive, especially those short links like bit.ly. Legitimate banks rarely use URL shorteners for critical alerts.
Okay, but what if I'm worried it might be real? What is the do?
The do is manual verification. This is the manual override for your brain.
Walk me through that.
Say you get a text, SBI account blocked, you feel the panic, pause, close the message, do not touch the link.
Okay.
Go to your phone's app drawer, open the official SBI Yono app, log in the way you always do.
And if there is a real problem?
The app will scream at you. There will be a notification in your secure inbox inside the app. If the app opens and shows your balance and you can navigate normally, the text was a lie. You've just bypassed the trap entirely by going straight to the source.
That seems like the most robust defense. Just go to the source.
Always. If it's an Amazon delivery issue, open the Amazon app. If it's a tax issue, go to the portal on your laptop. Never let the message dictate the journey.
And for the URL nerds out there, check the domain structure.
Yes. .gov.in is the only one that matters for government. For banks, memorize their official domain. If you see .live, .xyz, .club, or just random numbers, close the tab immediately.
Now let's talk damage control. Because look, we're human. Maybe you're tired, maybe you're distracted, the baby's crying, and you click. You pay the 5 rupees. You realize 5 minutes later, oh no, what do you do?
Immediate action is critical. In the world of digital fraud, time is literally money.
Who do you call?
In India, there is a magic number, 1930.
1930.
This is the National Cybercrime Helpline. Call them immediately. Not tomorrow, not in an hour, now.
And what actually happens when you call 1930?
It connects you to a system that tracks financial fraud in real time. If you report it quickly enough within what they call the golden hour, they can actually alert the banking network to freeze the funds in the scammer's mule account before it gets withdrawn or converted to crypto.
That is crucial. So 1930 is essentially the ambulance number for your bank account.
Exactly. Save it in your contacts right now.
And obviously call your bank too.
Yes. Block the cards, freeze the account. And finally, file a formal complaint at cybercrime.gov.in. This helps the authorities map the trends and shut down the phone numbers being used.
So to wrap this up, the main takeaway here is about recognizing the pattern. Legitimate institutions, banks, the government, UI, they simply do not operate by creating panic via SMS links.
That's the bottom line. The medium changes. Email today, WhatsApp tomorrow, maybe a holographic projection next year. But the method remains the same. Urgency. If a message is trying to scare you into clicking something right now, it is almost certainly a scam.
It's about taking a breath. Pause, verify, and then act.
Slow down to speed up your safety.
Before we sign off, I want to leave you with a thought to chew on. We've talked a lot about trust today. Scammers are essentially weaponizing our trust in institutions. They use the SBI logo because we trust SBI. They use the police title because we respect the police.
It's a parasitic relationship with authority.
Which raises a really difficult question for the future. If our trust in official channels is exactly what these criminals are exploiting, does the burden of safety now require us to adopt a zero-trust policy? Do we have to treat every incoming message, every notification, every buzz in our pocket as a threat until proven otherwise?
It's the guilty until proven innocent approach to communication.
Exactly. And if we do that, if we have to live in a constant state of high alert vigilance, what does that do to our relationship with technology? Are we moving toward a world where the convenience of digital life is completely outweighed by the constant anxiety of being hunted?
It's a heavy thought. We might be losing the luxury of trusting our own phones.
Indeed. Something to think about. Stay safe, stay skeptical, and verify everything. We'll catch you in the next deep dive.